Welcome back, all my Minecraftian friends. It is the Day 2 player update for the March 2015 Minecraft Hardcore Challenge, the Zero Chunk Challenge. And people are still dying. Quite a few people are dying this day. Let's start with Bear Family 07. Bear Family 07 did not die, by the way. So, he started out by cutting trees, then he found some sugar cane, and he was out exploring, looking for, mushrooms. Didn't find any. And then at nighttime he was fighting mobs out there far from home. So, but he's hanging in there. Okay, next we have Derp Guru. Derp Guru has made a very small farm. And she worked on her perimeter security a little bit, and then at night she went mining, as is her custom. Okay, next we have Wild Trekker. Wild Trekker was caving. He came up long enough to make a sugarcane farm, and then he trapped a chicken in a hole. So I guess he's planning on collecting eggs and sugarcane for his pumpkins. Then he went back down and found the deep spider dungeon. The spider dungeon down at the bottom. And let me see. Then he went exploring on the surface at night. Before he came up though, he did some caving and he got enough iron to make full armor. And he also found diamonds. Then he came up and went exploring and found some red mushrooms. So he had a very busy, pretty productive episode there. Next we have Tim Obert, aka Captain Hook 5150. He expanded his farm and then he did some mining. Next we have Felonious Wizard. Felonious Wizard went looking for mushrooms, went exploring, got a lot of seeds, did find some red mushrooms, but he didn't have a bowl with him, so he couldn't turn the mushrooms into stew. You don't need a crafting table to make stew, by the way. You can do it in your inventory without putting down any crafting tables or doing anything like that. All you have to do is have the bowl already and the two colors of mushrooms. Well, he didn't make it back to his base. He starved to death out in the woods. So, unfortunately, Felonious Wizard is out. I was really hoping to watch the rest of his series, but he says he'll be back in April, so we can look forward to that. Next, we have the team of Psycho SFK and Crazy Kinsey. They made a sugarcane farm. They grew a giant spruce tree, or several giant spruce trees in their area. They threw down some torches to keep the spawning down, and they made 2 clocks, one for each of them, so they know what time it is underground. Next we have the team, the 4-player team of Nathan Pelton, aka Basket MC, Mom of Miners, aka Momo, Frank and Honest, aka Mike Deadman, and Technoscribe, aka Technoscribe. Okay, so between the 4 of them, they did caving, found diamonds, or at least 1 diamond, collected some obsidian, went to the nether, collected quartz, and they did some fishing. I think they did the fishing before they went to the nether, because at the end of the episode they were all still in the nether, I think. Okay, next we have the team of Lightbringer and Heather B. It's always interesting to see the the interaction between a husband and wife team playing the hardcore challenge. Anyway, a creeper exploded in the trench. But they did get it fixed up. They did some fishing, and they got a piece of leather while fishing. So they are on their way to enchanting. They went down and did some caving. They're making bread. They got enough bone meal to bone meal some wheat and made bread, and they went caving. Okay, so next we have the big team, Team Colony. I'm not sure if there's 7 of them or 8 of them, but there's a lot of them. And they did fishing, they did caving, they did mining, and 2 of them died. It was where's my note here? Oh yeah. It was Somo Tome got killed by a skeleton, and Diamond Girl got killed by a skeleton also. Momo got attacked by a skeleton, but she survived. So they are 2 down, and I thought it was 2 down and 5 to go, but it turns out it's 2 down and 6 to go. So there's still 6 of them left. Okay, now. Next is Boonslayer. Boonslayer is making bread, also eating stew, and doing mining at night. Next is Baker Bell. Baker Bell got full armor now. She has chickens in a fenced-in pen. She's did some shoveling, leveling land for her foundation. She worked on the stone wall around her area. She was at one point chased by 5 creepers and a skeleton, but she got away from them. Next we have Cell in Gaming, also known as Ben. Cell in Gaming did some caving, started work on a log cabin, made bread, and got full armor. So he's moving right along there. Next is Penguin Gaming. Penguin Gaming is start out by cutting trees, then expanding the underground farm, did some caving, and found a diamond. Next we have PB, as in PB Plays Inside. So PB started working on the foundation of her house, and cutting trees, and mining, and then caving. Next we have the single player world of Technoscribe. Technoscribe went to the surface spider spawner and broke it because she couldn't think of a way to turn it off. And then she looted the chests, and then she went back and worked on the perimeter fencing. Now, I had an idea about the surface spider spawner. It should be pretty easy to dig the dirt away from above it, which would let daylight in, which would turn the spawner off during the day. Of course, at night it would still be running, but at least in the daytime you could go down there safely and, you know, take the stuff out of the chest and, you know, cut away blocks so that you could get them to all fall into one little space stuff. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking, I wondered why no one has thought of punching holes in the ceiling and letting the light in instead of, you know, it's almost the same thing as putting down torches, at least in the daytime. Okay, next we have Mr. Radio Gaming. Mr. Radio Gaming went out at night with only 1 haunch and no food, and survived all night running around, killing zombies, living off of zombie flesh. He got a carrot in the process, so that was awesome. Next we have Kid Awesome 2. Kid Awesome 2 posted 3 different videos, one of them for single player Jaden, one of them for single player Dad, and one of them for team Jaden and Dad. So let's start with single player Jaden. In the single player Jaden world, Jaden was running out of food, did not have a lot of options for getting food, was not having a lot of success, let's say, in getting food, and but he did not starve to death. He was killed by a skeleton. So Jaden is out, killed by a skeleton in his single player world. Then in the dad single player world, almost at the beginning of the episode, Dad fell into a ravine. He didn't die though. He still had a few hearts left when he was at the bottom. He got himself out, collected enough iron on the way to get full armor. He went exploring and found plains, pretty close to his area, I think. Too close, but okay. So he's doing okay. And finally we have the Kid Awesome 2 team of Jaden and Dad, and they spent the daytime leveling the land, spent the nighttime caving, and Jaden and Dad both died in that episode. So all they have left on their channel is just the Kid Awesome 2 Dad single player world. Okay, next we have the team of John Fall 92. John Fall 92 was cutting trees, started working on a house, started working on the perimeter fence. He saw a zombie villager run into his area, and he dug a pit for it, and lured the villager into the pit by going into the pit, but then he couldn't get out before the zombie villager killed him. So he was killed in the pit by the zombie villager he was trying to save. Kind of ironic. Let's see who is next on the list. Okay. Next would be the team of Raven and John Fall. Raven and John Fall, by the way, it was Raven and Maisie's birthday, so happy birthday, a couple days late. They worked on the fencing. They started a cane farm, sugar cane farm. They made a wheat farm also. But they still haven't got enough food, so at the end of the episode they were both out of food and hungry. So if they don't get some food pretty soon, they're gonna have problems too. Next we have Ray Zorter Z. Ray Zorter Z he was lost underground at the beginning of the episode, but he did get out, and he found some red mushrooms, so that was some progress. He came back to the area but has no wood. He dug himself up to the top, and then he was fighting baby zombies. Okay, next we have Black Belt Crafter. Black Belt Crafter was building a chamber to grow giant mushrooms in, but he hadn't tried it out yet. He spent the whole episode building the chamber and didn't get far enough to actually try it. So I guess we'll find out in the next episode if it works. Next we have Jade LF. Jade worked on making a stone perimeter fence around her area. She has a bunny down in her cave. That's kind of cool. She's trying to fish in running water, and according to the wiki that doesn't work. So she needs to straighten out that water, which probably involves filling in the bottom with blocks until it's just one deep, and then fixing the water, and then digging the blocks back out. Next we have Batheart MC. Batheart MC was cutting trees. He started building his base, or his house, on some pylons. Yeah, okay, wooden pylons. He put down a bunch of wooden pylons that are like 5 or 6 high, pretty high, and he's using that for his foundation of the house he's going to build. He built a farm up there. Maybe he'll build a house over the farm, but he built the farm up in the air. Kind of interesting. Next we have Mad Mommy. Mad Mommy used her bone mill to grow some carrots, so that was cool. And then she was attacked by a zombie and a spider simultaneously, and they were able to overcome her defenses, and she perished in the battle of the Mad Mommy versus the zombie and the spider. But she'll be back in April, so we'll be looking forward to that. Next we have Murph and Dan. Murph and Dan found some sugar cane, did some fishing, and bone milled some wheat. But they're still not out of the woods as far as food goes. Next we have Bob Z Movie. Bob Z Movie lost all of his inventory, his chest contents, his furnace contents, all that stuff, as you know, happens when Minecraft gets confused about what version you're trying to load up and save and log in with and save off on, because different versions save the contents in different formats. So if you save it in one version and you come back and log in a different version, it doesn't read the contents, and you end up with nothing in your inventory, or your chests, or your furnaces. So, and that's what happened to him, but he didn't give up. He's went out and started cutting down trees and starting collecting more stuff. Hopefully he can get this all sorted out. Next we have Velk. Velk is throwing down planting saplings in his area as fast as he's cutting trees. So he's not really looking for a cleared out area that he can see in. He started working on building a house. He made pie, so that was good. He made a sugarcane farm. He tried to grow a giant mushroom and failed. Not sure why. Next we have Cherry Bitters MC. Cherry Bitters was down in the caverns, and her pick was getting weak, but she just made it into the approved area before her pick ran out, so she was able to make another pick and continue on. She has partial armor, so that's better than nothing, and she spent the entire episode caving underground. Started and finished in the caves. Next we have a Minecraft Master. The Minecraft Master made a farm and started working on the wall to go around the area. Next we have Kidda Plays and Draco Wolfclaw. This is another husband and wife team. Kidda worked on the perimeter wall, got it secure, I think. Put down some torches to light the area inside up a little bit. Made stew. I think Draco was down mining when this was going on. They have not made a farm yet, but they're thinking about making a farm. Draco went out and got water at the end of the episode, so they're planning on where to put the farm and stuff. And finally we have Nova Cookie 232. Nova Cookie missed an episode because he was having computer problems, but he has a new computer now, so things should be getting better for him. He found sugarcane, and he made a mushroom farm in a dark room underground. So we'll see how he does next episode. And in my episode, what I did is I spent the whole episode cutting down the trees inside my area. So not terribly productive. I need to get another chicken inside the fence. I thought about, I'll just, I'll run out there with seeds in my hand and they'll follow me back, and I'll just like throw down dirt blocks on the outside of the fence and run over and they'll follow me over. But I can't do that because I can't put dirt blocks on the outside of the fence. I guess I'm just going to have to, punch a hole in the fence and drag them in and then put it back. Okay. So, yeah. The episode before that, I spent the whole episode putting the fence up. This episode, I spent the whole episode cutting the trees down. Next episode, I'm going to be leveling the high corner there, leveling it out so I can put the foundation down so I can start working on my Bear Lodge Forest Ranger Station build. So, this is Mike Deering signing out. I'll see you in the next episode.